guys, Alan Banks here for the long-awaited tutorial video that I did promise last year. Apologies for it taking so long, just had to try and work out how to get the screen grab working right. So here it is, Mea Culpa, The Child, came out on Pure Trance. So obviously this tutorial will focus on my remix of The Child. The one that got released on Pure Trance was a reconstruction by Solarstone. Obviously I don't have his project file to go into detail, so I can just only go through with you guys my remix and what I did with the parts that I got sent from Mea Culpa, and how I tried to make it close enough to the original but with a modern twist sound to it. Pretty simple, not many channels, and a pretty messy arrangement screen. So we're going to go through a few of the bits, starting off with the bass lines. 4 mid bass lines make up this track, mainly saws and squares used. There's the main one, and then this high one just to give it a bit of sheen on top. I think that's got a phaser on it as well. You can see I've bounced them down to audio just to save CPU, because I think this project did cut out a few times, as you might find out later on. All goes through to a bus, SSL compressor, just literally tickling it, cutting off a few bogus frequencies, and a limiter just to catch the peaks. So percussion, pretty standard. There's the original percussion that's in there, all bussed into one bus. Combination of single hits and also some loops that I've cut up. Vocals, obviously cut from the original parts that Mea Culpa sent me. Reverbs, delays, loops. The intro parts there. And pad strings, standard, choirs and saws. I think the choirs came from EX24. Standard acids. I use ES2 quite a bit for the acids, weirdly, whereas everyone else is using Silent. Throw some distortion on there, bit of phasing, reverb, delays, and then side chains normally quite heavily. Sub bass, pretty standard. Make sure that kick though is in the correct key of the track. Original vocal. And the main riff, as you can see, sidechain to the vocal, just so the vocal pops out a little bit more quick attack and release though as well, so it really just catches those first bits. The secondary riff that I had, that I made up, I think it was from a Nexus patch, just to fatten it out and make it a bit more modern. Right, so here we go, leading into where it all comes together again. I had to I bounced down the three parts, so the bass line, the main riff, and the pads, and then as you can see, a bit of automation, cut up towards the end to give it that stuttering effect, some bit crusher, some filtering, and some flanging just to build it in and give it a bit more, something a bit different to the ears. I wanted some more movement within the track as well, so there was an ARP line in the original mix. I tried to copy it. He didn't include any of the samples that he sent, so I tried to include it. It's just an ES2 with a saw and a square, I think, with an ARP line that I played in on the piano roll, some phasing and some filter modulation just to give it that movement, just to create something for the ears. And then I wanted some big saws as well, just to play. As you can hear, I think it's made up of like 3 saws, all bounced down into one audio file. I think I then compressed it, did a bit of multi-band compression and EQ. And that complements all the pads quite nicely, which are pretty standard pads, nothing fancy. And obviously it all kicks in and will out at some point as well. And then obviously towards the end, the break before it then goes into the outro, I played in. I don't think Rich included it on his version, but this is what I played in on the piano. Just something a bit different, another melodic thing for the ear. There's the piano roll, runs through a compressor just to control it. And an EQ just to take off a few, it's normally around the 200 to 500 area, just gets a bit boxy. And then a direction mixer, because sometimes with these pianos it can really phase out, so it's just really to control the stereo width. And then just an insert with a space designer. Nexus piano, standard, isn't it? What everyone uses. I thought it was quite nice. And the cutout again. And there it is, all the elements working quite nicely together. And there it is, my remix, a very quick, brief run through of that. If there's any questions you have about it, let me know, and I might be able to do some individual videos to support this, to break down the individual elements a little bit more though. Hope you enjoyed it though. See you soon.